Bitcoin is 1.5% away from complete free fall. And this is not a fudding title, this is not a fudding video. I'm just telling you the facts. If you look at the total market cap and if you look at this level right here, you clearly see that this is the daily low. This level was the level with 3 consecutive candles to the opposite direction of the trend, was the one that created a new high. A very, very clear demand zone. Now, if you look at last night's price action, you can see that the bottom of this wick got literally 0.5% away from that low. That means the current price is about 1.5%, 1.3, 1.4% away from that level. And that means that if that level, the daily level that created a new high, is broken, Bitcoin and the total market cap will go into a free fall and it will be a complete cascade. If you don't know who I am, my name is 𝗏𝗏. I do this every single day. I'm going to talk about the charts. I'm going to talk about Bitcoin. I'm going to talk about the trades that I'm taking. These are 5 to 10 minutes that are built on top of each other. And I do have a community as well. It's free. I just share my thoughts. For example, when I told you on SpaceX IPO, SpaceX was about $200, that I'm going to wait for $110. And SpaceX is here, so I'm going to talk about that as well today, on how I enter. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this. So number one, very important. The reason why I said, I know a lot of people are hating and they're like, oh, 𝗏𝗏 is gonna get it wrong and whatnot and all that. It's fine, bro. It's fine. Turn the video off. Move on. Move to the next video. But if you want to use your brain, just stick around a little bit, because my reasoning here is not that guaranteed we're going down, but my opinion, based on what I see on the chart, based on what I've historically seen on the chart, is that we're gonna go, the market is going to crash. So every single time, if you have followed the channel for a long time, you know that when built up liquidity happens like this, especially after there is a dump and then build up liquidity, it is most of the time gets completely obliterated out of nowhere. And people always try to find the reason afterwards. It was this, it was that, but we've just seen it all along because of the chart. Here, for example, flush, liquidity, flush. Same thing here. Flush, liquidity, flush. Every single time when we have this play out, we're taking the other side of the bet, which is the short. And this is the exact same situation now. So now, yet again, we added one more point with last night's price action to this massive liquidity void, if you want to call that, down here, which is a magnet for price, and it is going to happen. Now, when does it happen and how does it happen? I have no idea, but I'm going to tell you what I see on the chart and why I am still in these massive short positions. So number one, we've had a retrace to the daily chart, right? Here, this was the daily supply zone retrace here. If you haven't watched yesterday's update, go and check it out after this video, because it details exactly what that was. From there was a rejection with a close below here, and I said, hey, yesterday's update was literally about me telling you why I'm gonna short here. And people were like, oh, 𝗏𝗏 is gonna get blown because this is retracing. This is exactly what the market wants you to think. So what happened then is that a complete continuation lower and a new confirmed low, a break below this level, which is the hourly, and target of the 4-hour, which is also the daily at 2.13 trillion. So what I want to look for today is a couple of things. One, the problem is that there is not a problem, but if you look at this massive imbalance happened in Asia because of all the stuff that's happening with Kospi and whatnot. So you see this massive sell-off. You would expect London to retrace and fill this gap. But London already has been open for the past 2-3 hours, and there's no price action. There's no bid. There's no strength. There's nothing. And that just tells me that this thing is just going to free fall in New York. Now, again, we would expect, ultimately, we would expect a push up here to possibly to like the 2.2 trillion mark on the total market cap on London, New York, and then a continuation lower. But it doesn't seem to be happening, which is very, very concerning, because that just means that the built-up liquidity that is here and people completely disregard. Even we have a 4-hour market structure shift from a daily supply zone. I mean, be my guest disregarding this and longing into this. I think it's complete idiotic and it's complete ludicrous. So I do believe it's gonna get taken. I am in a short. I have multiple. I'm actually the one that I shared with you, the daily swing position that I have open here on Toobit. I am just getting back at break even, and as I told you, I am on multiple different prop accounts. I have taken this position from higher up, so this is up about 4.5 grand and whatnot. So I do have two main approaches to this. One was the swing on Toobit, which is running. Toobit is our partner, by the way, non-KYC exchange, available worldwide, based in Singapore. They're pretty cool, so you can go and check them out, available anywhere in the world. So go and check that out. There's a link in the description. We're also going to host a massive one-day trading seminar and fun in Singaporean tokens. So if you trade on our links, the top volume, I'm going to talk more about this, but all you need to do is just sign up, start trading on our link, and we're going to invite 10 people, I think 10 or 20 people to Singapore, tickets paid, hotel paid, token 24 paid, and the seminar with me. So it's going to be awesome. But go ahead, check that. So I have this open. And then I have the scalps open as well, and I'm not planning on closing them. If for whatever reason we start pushing here, well, be my guest. Like then it means that again the bottom is in and we reverse. I don't think that is happening, especially not considering the fact that considering the news coming in that maybe Citadel is ringing the bell. Again, I'm not saying that they are the most trustful place to go, but they are someone. I mean, Citadel is someone. So the fact that they're saying that there is going to be a surprise rate hike this week, I'm telling you, if there is a rate hike, guys, I'm telling you, if there is a rate hike, this is going to happen. There will be an instant, oh, you don't say it. It'll be an instant 8 to 10% candle on Bitcoin. Instant, if that happens, even if it's a small one. But I do believe that could mark the bottom because the market is pricing in one cut. It's actually interesting. They're saying that most likely it has to happen because that would kind of strengthen the position of 𝗕𝗢𝗙𝗢𝗕𝗓, the new chairman, to battle with inflation. It could be like a statement for him to come in. We'll see. I don't know, but it can happen, and that would be devastating. Also, everything is engineered. Let's talk about SpaceX a little bit. So SpaceX, I told you back here. What was the date here? I actually don't know what the date was. I can't really see. June 22nd. You see it up here. June 22nd. I said the SpaceX was now blow off top. Was accurate on the dump. Loading up around 110. So this was the SpaceX chart. This is literally what I drafted here on the show. And I said, we're probably going to go down to 110 up here. Now, the only thing I missed, that if you look at the Telegram here, I drafted it till 100, yeah, no, exactly. So it didn't have another bounce up here. So this is why I didn't short. There was not another bounce. It came up to 128 and not 134. That's basically what I messed up. But anyway, since I drafted this and since the post in this 22nd, since the post, SpaceX is down about 40%. This is SpaceX. It's not a shit meme coin. So, but it's down, and all I'm waiting for is a trigger for my entry. I'm gonna let you know when that happens, but ultimately I'm looking for a 1 hour high. Currently, this works like a charm on these charts. So this was the 1 hour supply. It didn't happen. So I'm waiting for a close below here at some point, and then waiting for a reversal. I am going to heavily, probably on spot as well. Like I'm going to invest a lot in SpaceX. I do believe that they can be one of the most powerful companies and most successful companies in the next 5 to 10 years. But I'm also going to launch a bot. Cool thing is, I want you to check out the Toobit actually launched the bots now. So go and check that as well. I'm waiting for the bottom to actually start deploying heavily into the bots. But if you go into futures on Toobit and you go into trading bots, they do have very cool bots, directional bots, grid bots, whatnot. So go and check that out. Also let me know in a comment what you think. I'm going to trial them and do a video if you want. Let me know about that. Ultimately, I'm going to let you know in the community when I see something. If I see anything happening, I am just going to let you know and keep you posted. I am going to be traveling tomorrow very, very early, so I'll not be able to come here on YouTube. This is why it's worth following me on X, joining the Telegram, and also just taking it easy. There's FOMC tomorrow. Big things happening. Take care. Check this video from yesterday, and let me know if you want me to walk through the bots. I'll see you.